Okay, here's how to boost an event without having to pay for boosting an event. And of course, if you're going to be in an event, you want to be schmoozing with the right people. Some people will just show up at the event and they'll be the people you want to meet. Sometimes you want to tilt it in your favor, especially if it's your event or you're going to have a team there. And I'll certainly have a team at this event, including being a speaker there. But as far as other attendees go, make sure you do the share option and invite. First, pick a location. If you've got a really large network, you'll want to go really tight with regards to geography. So in this case, I've got a really large network, 28,000, most of whom are in the New York area. So I don't want to do metropolitan area because I'll end up hitting my 1,000 cap. So I'm going to go New York, which is tighter than New York City metropolitan area. And even that'll be too many people. So I have to go in and I have to go into industry. In this case, because it's getting a little bit close to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I'm not going to go with retail, although I did send a blast of 211 retail people earlier. In this case, I'm going to want to go with, because it's an SEO and AI event, I think I'm going to go with technology, information, and internet and see if folks are involved in that. Besides, this is SEO related, so I have a feeling that's probably a pretty good category to hit. I might consider information and media too, but I'm probably going to hit the cap of 1,000 a week just with this. If I hit show results, it's going to go ahead and show me results. But the key before you do anything is to just continue to scroll to the bottom until you no longer have any scroll, because that's the only way that it loads all the profiles. It takes a while. Unfortunately, LinkedIn, in their infinite lack of wisdom, has chosen not to give us any additional search and filter features beyond geography, school, and industry. Keyword would be awesome here because we could do keyword, or even floating a lot of the Sales Navigator features into this would be super valuable, especially since I pay not just for Pro, but I also pay for Sales Navigator. But I guess this isn't anywhere on the to-do list for the LinkedIn team to develop. So you have to continue to scroll down, and you could obviously go through and cherry pick the people that you want, but in the interest of time, because everybody's time is everybody's most valuable asset, in the interest of time, you can go ahead and use this. This does not show up in a person's InMail. This shows up in a person's connection feed or their event invite feed. It's also where people get invited to participate or subscribe to a newsletter. So this is not a particularly spammy way to promote, but it is actually super effective. In many ways, it's actually more effective than an InMail, because InMail is increasingly spammy with people sending out spams via email. In this case, this is going to be something that's going to be of interest to a whole lot of folks. The future of AI as it relates to SEO and visibility as SERPs disappear. So I'm going to be pretty open to selecting pretty much everybody who shows up here. However, I already sent 211 this week about 15 minutes ago. So eventually, if I scroll to the bottom here, I'll do a check to make sure that it's less than if it's going to be more than 780 or 788, or leave myself a little bit of buffer, 780. I'm probably going to not select all, because if it ends up being more, I'm going to have to end up having to deselect and be more selective, or at least remove folks who I do not think this is appropriate for. So I'm continuing to scroll. Unfortunately, this takes some time, and so you're forced to sit here along with me to get to the bottom so that I can illustrate the select all option. I can then, of course, choose to remove people if I have to, either as a result of there being more than 788 of these, and I could also remove them based on them being perhaps too junior. But I do want everyone to be educated on the future of SEO and AI, and I do want those people at the event, because you never know who a person's going to know. So the event is the more the merrier, with the exception of it being completely oversubscribed, but the location fits about 230 people, so I'm not anticipating we'll hit the cap. Immediately after this event is the C-Suite Network networking event. So this is the educational portion, which is essentially the opening act to the e-marketing, to the C-Suite Network event, which is more general networking. All right, let's see how many we're at now. Do one more scroll down, and I'll hit the select all and see what I've got. 700. So I still got some room here. I could probably get up a little bit higher before I hit the send button. Don't have the time or inclination at this point to cherry pick up to my 1,000 cap because I have other things to do, but I do want to have folks here at the event. I can also obviously invite and share in other ways as well, but this is a great way to, in a non-spammy way, get this out to folks. I just saw CEO of Conductor fly by, so he should certainly be invited. So I'll do the selection, which unselects, and then I'll reselect everybody, see where I'm at number-wise with the reselection. 760, getting pretty close. Maybe I'll do one or two more quick scrolls and cherry pick out of the remaining people that I see in there. Decision intelligence, an AI manager for JP Morgan. He's probably not involved in marketing, actually. So even though he has an interest in AI, then again, maybe he knows somebody. So senior marketing professional, some AI related folks here. We're at 766 now. Don't need a sales leader from Google there. Nothing against Google, but those folks already know me, so I don't really need them at this event. Let's see, virtual reality. Human is a great company in the human validity programmatic space. Here's a chief technology officer. Maybe I'll have Mike Kelly, product marketer. Getting pretty close to my cap here. Let's see if it gives me an error message. Sometimes it does when you have a lot of these things selected. So let's invite our 774 people. See what we get. Do we get an error or do we get a success? Nope, we got an error. So sometimes I'll go ahead and make a couple of quick adjustments to it and try it again. 775. There we go. 775 people have been invited to the event. So this is a brand new event. Just put it up there. So it's just the other speaker, Mike Rehanna, and myself at the moment. But now we'll have a bunch of other folks learning about this, possibly over a pre-Thanksgiving weekend. So we'll have to be using a variety of other means to promote it as well. But for all the people who do RSVP, I can ask them to promote it as well. I'll also be promoting from this event to this event for folks to show up early who are going to be RSVPing to the C-Suite event, which I think this is the URL for. Yes, so there are already 44 attendees attending that event. Once we get to within a day or two of this event, I'll make sure those attendees know that if they show up early, they can actually learn about AI and SEO.